Hare Krishna. Welcome back to Bhagavad Gita series. Today we shall be discussing text 31 from first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Chalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So text 31 is Nacha śreyo nupaśyāmi hatvā sva-janam āhave na kāṅkṣe vijayaṁ Kṛṣṇa na rājyaṁ sukhāni. Translation: I do not see how any good can come from this killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Kṛṣṇa, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. So, like in text 30th, Arjuna was mentioning Nacha śreyo nupaśyāmi. I do not see any good coming out of this battle. No. And in this verse, he is mentioning Nacha śreyo nupaśyāmi. I don't see any good coming out of this battle. In previous verse, he was saying nimittani ca paśyāmi. I am seeing only misfortune in this battle. And now he's saying I don't see any good coming out of this battle. The problem is people who do not have any spiritual foundation. They do not know that their ultimate good or real self-interest lies in Viṣṇu. Nate vidhu swartha gatim hi Viṣṇu. Bhagavatam says, people in general, they don't know that their real swartha, their real self-interest lies in Viṣṇu or Kṛṣṇa. So satisfaction of Kṛṣṇa brings the real fulfillment in a person. But conditioned, living entities, they are very much attracted to the bodily relationships, hoping to be happy in such relationships. Śreya. Śreya means good. There are two words, śreya and preya in Sanskrit. Preya means something that is immediately pleasing to me. But śreya means something that is absolutely good, which is actually good for me. Like if a child is sick, he wants to eat ice cream. He or she wants to eat ice cream, which is not good. And the parents say, no, you don't eat ice cream, you eat this bitter medicine. The child doesn't want to eat that. It's not preya, it doesn't really pleasing to the child. But that is śreya. Eating the bitter medicine is actually beneficial for the child. So, Arjuna is saying, Nacha śreya anupaśyāmi. I am not seeing any śreya, any ultimate good coming from this. The fact is, if a person dies fighting a dharma yuddha on the battlefield, he goes to heavenly planets. So even if Arjuna was to consider that he would die on the battlefield, he will attain heaven. So how there is no good coming from this battle? And moreover, good and bad is actually very relative in this world. Something that I may see good now, I may see the same thing as very bad tomorrow. Some years ago, I was doing book distribution in Mumbai. So I went to one of the very famous magazines' editorial office. So the chief editor of that magazine, he was taking Bhagavad Gita and he was talking to me. He was telling me a few years back, I had made a decision for this company, which was so much appreciated by everyone, from the working staff to the top level management. Everybody was appreciating my decision. But today, due to some circumstances, the same decision has become the foundation for some reverses in the company, and everyone is condemning me for the same decision. I'm at the verge of losing my job. So, good and bad is actually very relative. What we may see today as good could be bad tomorrow. Or what we see as bad now could be actually good. One time a fisherman, he went for fishing in the night in the ocean. He used to live near the ocean, so he went for fishing in the ocean. And he went in the night time. So somehow the storm came in the night time, and it became very windy and stormy weather. He was not able to balance, so he even lost the sense of direction, because the boat was shaking and whirling around. So he lost the sense of direction also, how to go to the shore, because it was middle of night, and the middle of the ocean, you can't really, in the stormy weather, you cannot figure out which direction to go. But he saw in one direction the light was coming from the ground. So he started navigating the boat, and he finally reached the shore, and he realized that there was some fire, some home has caught on the fire. So he entered the village, and he reached the village, and he saw his wife was crying because it was his home that has caught the fire. So as soon as the wife saw, she actually ran to the husband. She said, "Oh, we are so unfortunate. Our home is burned down to ashes." The husband said, "Thank God that our home is on the fire. Otherwise, I would be dead today. I could get the sense of directions only because of this fire." So, in this world, good and bad is actually very relative. So, Arjun's sense of bad is due to immense bodily concept of life. He is overwhelmed with the sense of identifying all the people on the battlefield as his relatives, and therefore he's forgetting his duty. He's forgetting his topmost spiritual responsibility, which is to satisfy Kṛṣṇa. Worldly relationships, sometime pleasing, sometime painful, and they can't make a person absolutely happy. But our relationship with Kṛṣṇa is absolute. It is always satisfying in every situation of life, provided a person turns his face to Kṛṣṇa, recognizes that relationship. But right now, the Arjun's vision is clouded by this worldly relationships, and therefore he says, "No, I don't see any good coming out of this battle. śreyo, nupaśyāmi." So this is the sum and substance of this particular verse. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.